Okay, welcome everyone as we start the last parak of Bava Metzia, and we are sponsored by the Fisher family, Lila Nishmas Basi Bas Rabbi Shlomo ben Avram Alevi, Perel Bas Ruvain, and we're sponsored Lila Nishmas David ben Chaim, Lefu Shalem for Yomis Mechayesar, for the schus of Avram and Yom Ben Ishmael Malki Huditz and family, by Yol Kugman and family for the Parnos Gzunt and Nachas, and by Lefu Shalem for Meir ben Chayesara. We start the 10th parak. So here, in this situation, Aaron shares a house with me. I live on the ground floor, and he lives on the upper floor, the aliyah. So Abayis v'aliyah shel shnayim shenaflu. Our house fell down. Now, when our house fell down, we built it together, so we have to split the materials. Shnayim cholkim, we divide, be'etzim, the wood, ba'avonim, the stones, uba'afer, and the plaster. Now, some of the stones are broken, some of the stones are whole. So what we do is, v'roim, we analyze, elu avonim horu'uyus l'shtaber. We analyze which stones are likely to be broken. So if the house collapsed, Rahman al-Itzlan, then it's more likely that the ground floor stones, my stones, broke, because the top collapsed on the bottom and broke the stones. If, however, the wind knocked it down and it fell afar, so then it's more likely that Aaron's stones on top fell from a higher height and fell to a further distance, that they broke. Now, let's say Aaron had a different color in part of his second floor. Right? He made some brown. If therefore Aaron can identify some of his stones because they're the color that his stones were, Noitlon, he takes those stones. So let's say there was 150 stones and 25 he recognized. So he takes those 25 plus another 50, because we each take 75. Now, in Mishnah Beis, here, Eddie was my tenant. Abayis v'aliyah shel shnayim. I'm the landlord. I live on the bottom. And Eddie lives on the second floor as a tenant. Nichfres ha'aliyah. If the ceiling collapsed, now, Eddie can't live in the upper apartment if there's no ceiling. So, ve'ein bal habayis roitzel l'saken, and I'm not putting back up the ceiling. Hari bala alila yored v'dor lamata. Eddie could come down and live downstairs. Ad sheyisaken loyas ha'aliyah, until I fix the ceiling. Now, Rabbi Yosi says, I only have to fix the ceiling. I have to put up the ceiling. But the plaster that's on the top of the ceiling, which doesn't strengthen it, it only makes the ground level. Eddie has to put on the plaster. This is consistent with something that we learned earlier in the Masechta, that if it's not a Maisa Umin, if it's not something that's a professional thing, like slapping some plaster on the roof once in a while, that the tenant has to do. Okay, again, we want to thank you. Again, we want to remind you, so that in order that we should be able to start the daf at 8, we really need everybody to come to the Marav at 7:45. That's very important. Also, we are looking for a sponsor for Lech Lecha. I'm going to start announcing that earlier this week. I waited till the last minute last week. We need a sponsor for Lech Lecha, 718-916-3100, rmmwsi@aol.com. Thank you for joining us, and have a wonderful evening.